guys, we're here with Charles, who just finished top 8 at Toronto Regionals with Vanadium. Congrats. What's your thoughts on the deck for the format?
I think the deck is decent. I don't think it's super good. I think it gets worse. Okay, so when Triff started talking about how the deck is really good, that made the deck a lot worse because now people are playing more Drolls. But I think it's solid like tier 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a generic combo deck that doesn't let your opponent play. Yeah, loses to Droll, but good against everything else.
Awesome. Well, I guess before we get to the full part, I just want to give these Team Sam seeds. You can certainly use my code for 10% off. But yeah, let's just get
Sam doesn't even have these in stock. I've been asking
Exactly.
him. I've been trying to buy these, but Sam doesn't have them in stock. So he said he's coming. It's coming the next month. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, let's get to the list then.
All right. So I'm playing 42 cards. Trying to cut it down to 40. Actually, I would have cut it down to 40, but turns out at the event, once you submit your deck list, you can't change it. So I'm playing 42. Anyways, Vanadium package is pretty standard. Triple Riem Heart, triple Meek, and triple Visas. I'm not playing Red Ball. I think that's pretty normal now. You only need Blue Ball. I'm not playing the new Visas card. I think it's really terrible. So the reason behind that is the new Visas card is only good if you can get Visas engraved. And a lot of the time when you're interacting with your opponent or when they go first and they're stopping you, they prevent you from getting the Visas into the graves, and it's a terrible normal summon. So if you can't do anything with it, it's just a dead card in your hand. I would rather just see a hand trap. So no new Visas card. I'm playing triple Reichardt. I am this is probably the best normal summon going second. Going first, it's also pretty good because assuming you don't get Drolled, because it lets you get into your Baron line before committing a ton of things into the board. So if you have like a Cision, this gets you pretty far. The best going second summon in the deck generally, Fenrir. Just really good, and I'm playing a lot of level 3 hand traps. So what I actually do quite often is like I'll summon the Fenrir, search the Scare Cache, and then I'll normal summon like an Ash or something, and then go into your Baron like immediately before summoning a Scare Cache, and that way you can't. It's like it's hard for them to like nib you, and just a good way to protect your plays. For spells, triple Galarium. Whenever I find the third one, triple Galarium, pretty normal. 2 Reichphobia. You search 2 a lot in quite a few combos. So like you could, because Lightheart not once per turn, you can go Lightheart, pop the Lightheart with Visas, summon back the Lightheart, and search the second Phobia. So it gets you a lot of follow up for the next turn. I'm playing the 1 tier spell. I would have cut this if I could have changed my lists. I feel like it doesn't come up enough to warrant a deck spot. So this is only really required when you open with the Calarium and you need full combo and you have nothing else. In every other scenario, it's kind of redundant that you don't need the second Visas. So I would cut this if I could change my list, but I couldn't, and it worked out for me just fine. I didn't like open it too many times when I wanted a hand trap or anything, so it was okay, but probably not playing that in the future. 2 Obsidian and 1 Imaginings. Game 1, these are pretty good because it gives you options to search off the Riem Heart. Game 2 and 3, I try to side these out because I know people are siding Drolls, and this is probably these are the worst cards to play when you're facing a Droll. So yeah, easy side outs, but good options to have going first. Double Arrival, good grind game once again. It's not the best card to draw, but again, it's if you make nowadays, because Typhon exists, a lot of times if you make a subpar board, they could just summon like for example, if you go like Baron SP, they can just summon Typhon and clear both monsters. So it's really important to have decent follow up going second if you can't end on a good board. So in those scenarios, double Arrival is actually really strong. Let's see what else. I'm playing Rhoda and Called By. Everyone's playing hand traps, so this is really strong. Rhoda's for consistency. I sided out a lot going second because again, I don't want to lose to Droll, and I'd rather just see the warrior rather than having to search for the warrior. For traps, I am playing just, the engine traps, I'm just playing the reframing. Some lists play the Realm Eulogy. I think if you full combo, Realm Eulogy isn't that strong because in order for you to actually do something with it, you have to get rid of one of your bodies, which are usually level 10 Synchros or your SP. So I feel like this is just a little bit better. And also this has really good synergy with Cheng Ying. So what you can do is, for example, if you had like Meeks in the grave and you have a Cheng Ying on board, you activate the counter trap, negate something, and then later on the turn you can banish the counter trap to shuffle back your Meeks, which triggers the Cheng Ying to to banish 2 cards. So that's really strong as well. So playing this, good side out going second, but really strong going first. For hand traps, I'm playing 12 hand traps. I'm playing triple Imperm, triple Moonlit Chill, triple Ash, and triple Droll. So These are mostly just for Rescue Ace. Moonlit Chill isn't super good into a lot of other decks. I mean, it's pretty good against Pearly. Originally, I was debating between Valor or Moonlit Chill, but because of the synergy with Fenrir being a 7, I felt that this was a little stronger because it just gets you into your level 10s. It can get you into your level 10s easier, so that's the reason behind that. Just a lot of Rescue Ace hate. For extra deck, I am playing 2 Lightheart. Again, in the combo, you can go through 2 to search your double phobia. It's not once per turn, so, you know, why not? I'm playing the 1 SP. SP was actually kind of meh today, because a lot of times, again, when I summon it going first, all they do is they summon Typhon, run this over, and then get rid of one of my synchros, so it's really not that good, but I guess, you know, it's still really, really strong, but the way that you build your board with your really strong level 10s, it makes it too easy for Typhon, so I'd still play it, obviously, but didn't do a whole lot for me today. Cross Sheep, this is probably the best card in my extra deck. Gets you so much value when you summon Vicious. Unicorn, summon this once. It would have been game regardless. Could have been any Link 3, but you know, it's okay. Access Code, didn't summon this a single time. In theory, it's good when you get like, you know, like D-barriered. It lets you OTK. I think this is a lot better if you play Dark, which I'm not. So I think in the future, you know, these are definitely cuttable for some flex spots, maybe like Dark or, you know, something of that nature. For Synchros, I'm playing Baron, Dissipator, Excel, Chenging, Visas Synchro, the weaker Visas Synchro. This only came up once. Again, you don't really, like, you're only summoning this when your hand is like kind of bad, and you've already burned through all their hand traps. So I only summoned it once, but you know, the times when you do summon it, you really need it. So you know, it's good to have. Crimson Dragon. Fun fact: Crimson Dragon can target your opponent's monsters. This didn't come up this regionals, but it's come up before where, you know, the opponent had like a Baron that's already used their negate. You can in theory summon this, target their Baron, and make this spatter. And then the 2 Vicious. You can 3 is not necessary. You can always recycle the Vicious. So what I'll do is at the end of the combo, I'll summon the SP, banish a Vicious. I'll activate Baron, pop Chenging to protect, banish a Vicious, and then you just recycle these with Dissipator. For side deck, I played 1 Babushka. So in theory, when you get Drolled or Shiftered especially, so Shifter like Flu, a lot of decks really struggle to out this. I mean, they used to struggle to out this, but now that SP exists, this is like a lot worse. So I never summoned this once. Every time I, you know, needed it, I wasn't able to summon it because I didn't have the required materials. So probably cut this in the future and play something else. It was also really annoying to having to like side this in every time I'm, you know, swapping sleeves and stuff. So cross out. This was huge. Side this in every time going first, sometimes going second. It just makes you, it lets you play really ignorantly into hand traps, knowing that like you can't be nibbed, you can't be drolled, whatever. So whenever I saw this card, I won. The Yeep to go with the crossout. I only played 1 Pearly. This is so that you save a lot of extra deck spots or side deck spots playing into Pearly, so that you don't need to side like Eclipses or Book of Moons. And this functions as the same thing. Obviously, it sucks if you draw Yeep with it, but it's like kind of, you know, it's rare that happens. So again, I only played 1 Pearly. It didn't come up, but still nice to have. I played 3 Valors. Again, more Rescue Ace hate. It's not super impactful against most other decks, but I figured that, you know, Rescue Ace is a fairly popular deck, so as many hand traps against Turbulence as possible is good. I played Triple Nib. This was okay. I only saw it a couple times. I saw it against Unchained a couple times, and every time I saw it against Unchained, they lost. So if you have like any sort of hand trap to pair with this against Unchained, or if they don't open like optimally, this really just ends their turn and you can win the following turn. So that was pretty strong. I played 3 Bystials, the 2 Jewish Swarm, and the 1 Magnemite. It was good against good against Tyr. Didn't see it anytime else, but when I resolved it against Merly, it was game. Last card, Feather Duster. Another card to side against decks that would play like random floodgates like Summon Limit. So went in pretty much every time I went second. Again, also really good against Rescue Ace. If you could like kind of stop their play and they do like Turbulence set 4, but they don't make like Terahertz or anything beyond that, then again obviously this is really strong. And that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the deck profile and congrats again. Any last shout outs?
Shout outs to Sam, Big Sam and Little Sam, Team Sam and TCG Sam. They're good guys. Shout out to Dollies. They're fun to play test with. Sick locals. Shout out to your channel, Laguna Madeda.
Thank you.
Thank you for the profile and no, nothing else. It was,
Awesome.
it was a pleasure. Good event, long event.